And we're back. So, in case you were worried about our legitimacy, you saw that awesome intro right there, professionally done. No other fantasy league in the world is going to bring you that kind of stuff. So I want you all to take a quick minute and just, give thanks for being in an amazing fantasy football league. And if that wasn't enough, look who we got as a special guest, Papi Chulo. He says the vertical look makes him look better. So we're just gonna roll with it.
It's slimming.
You know what it is? If you wear the horizontal lines, it makes you look fatter.
It's like why the Yankees have pinstripes because of Babe Ruth's fat ass, right? See, honestly, I'm way thinner than this. I just use the horizontal camera.
Yeah, it's all angles, really.
Yeah, I'm not fat.
I'm actually 195.
Remember that house we stayed in? It's all about the angles, baby.
All right. So, in addition to that, there's lots of chirping out there. There's always lots of talk. You make a trade, you come on the hot seat. And to Danny Vera's credit, he's like, bring it on. Let's do it. So, someone text me. I'd like to get, or Smitty, more guests on here. So, obviously, that doesn't go for Glenn because we hate him.
I'm not going to sit here and let Glenn take fucking victory laps on us.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet, at least.
Plus, we have to do these after kids' bedtime, so who knows how coherent he would be at 8:30.
quick look at how that goes.
Fuck you, Glenn.
Give him one of those weed gummies and watch him sleep for a half hour and just call him pod.
All right, so let's get back on track here. So, trade line's still a few weeks away. The trade deadline is still a few weeks away. Just in case you're planning, it's the 19th at 5 p.m. That's a Thursday. That is right before week 11 kicks off. All right, so let's we're gonna try to move this along this week. So let's do a quick week 6 recap by my boy Smitty.
Boom. Actually, we're gonna do week 5 and 6 because we were delinquents and didn't do last week. So we'll do the all-stars. You guys, if you want to know who won and lost, fuck off and go look yourself. So week 5, so not last week, the week before, for those of you not great with math. Boner of the week, best player, Chase Claypool, derelict my balls. Boom, 44.1 points. Coming out party for Claypool. 7 receptions, 116 total yards, 3 receiving touchdowns, and a rush TD. Yes, that's 4 touchdowns. Fuck, what a great game. Yeah, it was awesome. And they beat the Eagles, so real nice. Brady Quinn, bench warmer of the week. That's me. I'm going to hang this one around my own neck. I fucking had a brain aneurysm on Thursday night. I go out, I pick up Scotty Miller, decide that he's going to do well against the Bears because, of course, right? He gets 0 points. And then in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, well, I can't play Manny Sanders. I don't trust him, right? Because Michael Thomas isn't playing. Wrong. 12 catches, 122 yards, 21.2 points. And I lost to Tony in a huge divisional game by less than 10 points. So really exceptionally bad managing by me. So thank you. The Lou Brown manager of the week, Matty G, Seymour Bush. Really nice week. Top score, 196.04 points, 93.5% efficiency. And I think the 2 switch out plays that he had were, I think he would have had to bench like Allen Robinson and some other really good wide receiver. So, I mean, really good job by Matt. Moving on to week 6, the boner of the week, fucking Derrick Henry. Glenn, 264 total yards, 2 touchdowns, including a 94-yard run that was awesome. 2 catches, 43.4 points. Chalk another one up for Glenn. Welcome. Brady Quinn, bench warmer of the week. This is actually, I've never seen this. Drum roll, Big Cat. Dave Free. Smash that subscribe button. Here's what he did. He outscored his starters with his bench. It's
That's
true.
impressive.
Yep. His bench scored 109.94 points and his starters only scored 106.48. Needless to say, he lost. But interesting fact, are you ready for this? If he would have started 100% efficiency, he would have had number 2 in the money.
Wow.
Instead, yeah, I think his efficiency number was like 54%. So one of the
Yikes.
worst managing jobs in the history of the factory.
Of
Great
all
job.
time.
Yeah. So basically, the Brady Quinn bench warmer of the week is Dave's bench because he just needed to put him in the game and replace him with the starters, and he would have had a pretty good chance at winning. Lou Brown, coach of the week. Guess who? Danny, guess who?
Guess who? Is it bullshit Glenn Schillinger?
204.44 points, top score of the week, 94.9%, efficiencies through the roof yet again. I think the change that he had to make was one that wouldn't have made sense before the game started. So another phenomenal week. Holler out to Matty G and Seymour Bush, 100% efficiency. Not a very good score, 133.52 points, but it was enough to get the win over Danny Vera by less than 5 points. So basically, if Matt would have made a different decision, he would have lost. So 100% is what he needed to win. He got 100%. Very impressive, Matt. Terrible.
Fancy managing there.
Yeah, nice
he's
managing.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, terrible score, but good enough to beat Danny, which, I mean, everybody but one person's figured that out so far this year. So.
Who's that, Dave?
You gotta love the angry Smitty nights, which is basically every night. But
especially recently,
once he starts talking about fantasy football, he gets real mad that his team sucks.
By the way, I had to charge my phone from the pre-call that we had about this. So.
irrationally angry. All right, so can we talk about it?
All right, so yeah, we have Danny Vera on for the segment we're gonna call "Face the Fire."
So Danny, I want to go.
We should get some like fucking.
Everyone wants to know. Very hot topic. A lot of soggy, wet vaginas out there crying about it. Myself, I'd probably 2 or 3 on that list. So Josh Allen for Kittle.
George Kittle.
A very good quarterback.
No,
doubt.
It's not your turn yet.
Yeah, let me just set it up. A very good quarterback, no doubt. But to give up a tight end like Kittle, who I think scored almost 30 points this week. And, basically after the top 4 tight ends, I would say there's basically no one to start. You just got to roll the dice out there. So to have a player like that in that position is huge. I actually just traded for Kittle in a different league. And I basically had to give up Amari Cooper, OBJ, and someone else. And, so now is your turn to talk. Number 1, did you initiate the trade? And number 2, defend. Go.
1, I did not. 2, you gave up too much for Kittle. Oh, well, you didn't give up enough. You actually won that trade, lost that trade anyway, if you gave up freaking OBJ and whoever.
Well, Danny, I try to make fair trades with everyone else that benefits both parties.
So here we go. I get everybody's gripe on this whole trade. If you look at my team, it's not very good. You guys agree?
It's not bad.
Okay, so what I was looking for was for next year, right? I'm planning for next year. I'm a big planner. I was planning for next year, and I was saying, all right, I could get the top. He's the 3rd best quarterback in the league and points. After he traded, it's been dog shit because that's my luck. But nonetheless, he's been, he had the 3rd most points in the league. So it was kind of my thought process on it. I had a shit quarterback, like Garoppolo and Cousins were garbage. So that was kind of it. I had no more keeper status with Kittle, so it was a rental for Glenn.
Yep.
Do I regret it? Kind of. Not gonna lie. Was I a little bit intoxicated when I make the trade? Possibly.
Well, we can blame that on the Corona. I think everyone just goes home and starts drinking these days.
Yeah.
So, Smitty, I know you're dying to ask some questions, so you go right ahead.
I want to fucking puke. So Danny, here's why I have a problem with the trade. I don't even have questions. I just need to fucking. I got a lot of problem with you people, and you're all gonna hear about it. All right. So here's the problem, right? Josh Allen, right, has a couple of good weeks, and you fucking.
Sorry, I lost volume here. Hold on.
Oh Jesus Christ! Technical difficulties.
I'm back.
Your fucking AirPods died.
I'm not back.
Cut
Now
this.
I'm back.
Cut this.
I'm back. I'm back.
Jesus Christ. DV, here's what I'm saying,
Sorry.
right? So Kittle, right? Dominant player, right? So
Yep.
do you really think you're going to keep Josh Allen?
Well, if you think
you
about
are,
it, right?
hold on. If you are, why? Because let me ask you a question. I'm going to
Go
fucking
ahead, ask me the
wrap
question.
your brain around itself right now. You said Josh Allen is the number 3 quarterback in the league this season.
Yep.
Wrong. He's the number 2 quarterback in the league.
Okay.
Okay. Not on a points per week, because of course Glenn has the number 1 quarterback in the points per week department, Russell Wilson, who already had a bye and still is the number 4 quarterback in the league without even playing a fucking week. Who was the number 3 quarterback at the end of the year last year in the Factory of Sadness 2019?
I have no idea.
Come on, guess. It's got to be somebody good, right?
Baker
Yep.
Mayfield.
Negative. It's got to be somebody good. Somebody
Aaron
good.
Rodgers.
No. I'll give you a hint. He's not even a starter in the league anymore.
I have no idea.
Jameis Winston.
Oh yeah.
Jameis Winston. So what you're trying to
Okay.
tell me is you traded George Kittle for Jameis Winston. By the way, the number
Not
1
necessarily.
quarterback in our league. Number 1 quarterback in our league. Do you know when Glenn drafted him this year?
No.
5th round.
3rd round.
Mm.
3rd round. Good pick. But 3rd round.
Okay.
I'm just saying, dude, you're not even going to keep Josh Allen. You're not even going to keep him. You shouldn't. If you do, you're going to end up fucking picking first again in 2021. That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, that's the thing there. You know, it's you just don't get value for quarterback keepers. I think there's probably just 1 or 2 maybe kept this year. Obviously,
It was Lamar and Mahomes.
yeah.
That was it.
So
Did Joe? No, Joe didn't even keep Dak Prescott.
no, he ended up
redrafted
drafting him.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of chat about trades out there. This is a free enterprise system. Everyone is free to make their own trades. All right.
As
So
bad as they are.
we're not going to be policing any of that stuff. But, in my opinion, we're chatting about this before. Your keepers are probably the most important thing on your team. And then number 2 is not really the chalk at the top. It's, finding the good players later in the draft. Russell Wilson for a 3rd round pick, like, I'm sure that just blew away every other 3rd rounder out there. So, got to keep the long-term focus in mind. And when you got a premium player like that, you at least got to shop him around, because I was going to ask you about him and I just never got around to it. And then I saw that trade go through and I'm like, oh man, this season is over, because there's no way I'm going to catch Glenn, let alone, the other 4 teams in front of me, with my shitty lineup. So that's really what everyone's ultimately mad at. Number 1, they're always mad that they didn't get to make the trade. And then number 2, they're mad their team stinks.
I'll give you this.
Mhm.
I should have shopped them around. Absolutely. I agree with you guys on that. So, but again, when you look at trades, you look at them. If the trade would have went the other way, which if Kittle would have stayed hurt, which is what I was looking at as well, because he was off for 2 weeks with injury. That's what I was kind of banking on, that he would stay hurt. So,
yep, you sold low there. So, well, that's all right. Hey, I appreciate you coming on and talking about it.
You fucking traded him the week that he scored 43 points.
Yeah, that's
got
rough.
Thanks, Nick. You think I didn't say that?
I want one thing to be marked on the record here, though. Much like Matt Damon says in that scene where they get their asses kicked in Rounders.
Okay.
Hey, I was winning before this guy got here. Glenn was winning before he had Kittle. And I think we would all be remiss if we didn't fucking gas his tires a little bit. his draft is pretty much perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. And it's not even fair to say that Glenn hasn't dealt with injuries because AJ Brown, his bonus keeper, missed significant time so far this year. I think he's missed 2 or 3 games. And he came back for one and was like hobbled. And, I looked through Glenn's team, and the reason why he's winning at such an alarming clip and scoring so many points is because top to bottom, he has a core, right? He has Russell Wilson, Alvin Kamara, and Derrick Henry. Then he also has that wide receiver, Dallas Cooper. He has Amari Cooper, who's I think a top 5 wide receiver.
Mhm.
And then his core of guys, like I looked on his roster. I think he has 13 or 14 guys that have scored 80 points or more this season.
Mhm.
Most other rosters have like 6. So
Yeah.
like Glenn just has this depth that is the reason why he's scoring so many more points than the rest of the league. And, I get more incensed about it the more I think about it. But the reason I'm so upset is just because he had a great draft and it's playing out perfectly for him. And hey man, I mean,
And another thing,
it's well done.
Yeah, another thing it's definitely worth pointing out, which is exactly what I wanted to have happen. I think it's an awesome addition. His defense is pretty much perfect. He's got Buda Baker, who's the top safety, like without question. He's got Aaron Donald, who single-handedly beat me that week. It wasn't that close, but Aaron Donald scored like 45 points. Like I probably could have eked out a big division win if he didn't have that guy. And Fred Warner is a tackling machine. So building a strong defense is important. And having those tier 1 defenders that are going to score every week and then blow up sometimes as well. Also huge.
Yeah, there's other teams like Joe Yee's defense is actually better than Glenn's, but Glenn has no weakness, and that's the glaring thing on his team that's different than everybody else. Is he has an excellent quarterback, excellent running backs, very good wide receivers. His tight ends, he has the best tight end in the league, and the Green Bay guy who's a fucking stud. And then all 3 of his defensive starters are they're great. I mean, they're top 5 guys. I think every one of them is a top 8 scorer at their position. So, I mean, can't say enough good things about Glenn. Unfortunately,
I was about to say, you guys.
About his fantasy team,
bro. He deserves credit, and for you guys that haven't been in this league for very long, we've had a couple of dominant teams at times in the league, but what he's doing to the league right now, we've never seen. I've never seen it. I mean, he's scoring. His average score. This is fucking nuts. Let me look at this. His average score for the season is 194 points, I want to say. 193.9 points. The next closest team is 170.3. He is averaging 24 points more than the next closest team. That's an entire fucking player that had a good game.
A real good game.
That's incredible, dude.
Yep.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Basically, the rest of the league, we need to start 2 extra players in order to keep up with Glenn.
So Dave's real salty about this. So
it's unbelievable. I never seen somebody run away like this. Have you, Derek?
Yeah. No, I put together that spreadsheet last year. I in the regular season, I definitely won the most amount of money that anyone ever has, by a lot. But then obviously my team really wasn't that great. I would throw up a stinker every once in a while, which cost me the Super Bowl too. Glenn's team just hasn't done that so far, but it's very, 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 very early. When injuries start, they tend to trickle on a fantasy team. So he has had a few injuries, but not enough to really slow him down. So so that's a little trade segment for you. Next, we're going to do something we call the pick 6. So we're going to pick the 6 playoff seeds in that order that we think they're going to get seeded. And then we're also going to do a bonus who we think is going to win the losers bracket or the top pick. So it doesn't have to be the worst team, just who you think might miss the playoff and could get through, much like Bobby D did. And with a couple strong keepers in the first overall pick, that dude has a great team too. He's kind of like the 2015 Cavaliers. That team would have won the championship pretty much any year except the year that they played.
Is this a basketball podcast?
A basketball reference, yeah. So pick
I
6.
know we had
I'll go
basketball.
first since Smitty's still salty. We'll give him a little time to cool down.
Still angry.
So I'm going to go reverse order. All right. So 6 seed, last wild card. I'm gonna give it to Baker's Brownies. All right. Tony, we always were kind of like, we felt he was kind of right in the middle, but a couple outperformers, a couple good wins. His team's in pretty good shape. So I'm going to put him at 6. At 5, I'm going to go Butthole Surfers. I'm going to
beer while you're in there.
I'm going to say, he's got a really strong team. After that loss to Seymour Bush, I don't think he's going to catch him. So those are my 2 wild cards. Outside looking in, I'll have me and Panda Man. On the worst division winner, I'm going to give that to the Bearded Clam. My brother Andrew, who's got a real strong team. I just think that the other 3 divisions winners are going to be stronger. I'm going to put Matty G, Seymour Bush at 3, and then the power 2. Bobby D has a loss. I think obviously Glenn will have a couple off weeks, but I'm going to put Kamala Ain't Black at 2 and Glenn at the number 1 seed. Just for funsies, I'm going to pick Joe Yee to win the losers bracket. He's actually dealing with some injuries right now. I like his team. I think he could be dangerous late in the year. So that is my pick 6. Danny Vera, how about you go next?
I didn't know I had a fucking choice in this.
Oh yeah. Well, do you want to think about it for a while?
I'll think about it for a second. Go ahead, Dave. You go ahead.
Honestly, I think I have the same. I have one different pick. I mean, let's be honest, right? Yeah, there's 5 top teams, right? There's 5 top teams, and then there's the rest of us that are fucking disasters, and we're fighting like a bunch of retarded monkeys over this last playoff spot. But so I have the top seed of Glenn, second seed of Bobby D. I think those are they're the 2 best rosters. Division winner Seymour Bush, agree with you there. I think that win over Butthole Surfers is going to preserve their division for them, provided everything kind of shakes out like it has so far this year. Division 4, again, Andrew and the Bearded Clam. He's got 2 1-5 teams in his division. He would really have to have something bad happen in order not to win it. Wild card 1 is going to go to the Butthole Surfers. Obviously, they're 4-2 so far. They're one of the big 4 teams. And wild card number 2, Crumb Fresh.
Yeah, hey.
I think McCaffrey, and this hinges on when McCaffrey comes back, right? Because that changes a lot on how you start your team each week. McCaffrey comes back by the end of October, or that first week. He's got to play that first week in November. You got to limp through and win one more game for the next 2 weeks to get him back. But I think you can do that. I think that Baker's Brownies is a little bit of fool's gold. He beat me in a tallest midget type contest in week 5. So that's what I got. Like I actually got Crumb Fresh sneaking there into that 6th spot, which leaves me as Baker's Brownies as the guy that's in best shape to win the losers bracket. Tony's team is actually, I think they're okay. Unlike the rest of our teams that are a fucking disaster down there. Oof. Anyway.
Well, I gotta disagree.
Oh,
I think I agree with the top picks. I think the top 6, you guys nailed them, right?
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go on the bottom bracket, right? I think Joe has a great team there, but I think there's been a lot of bad matchups that have cost myself, Dave. I mean, you've lost a couple close ones, right? So yeah. I think when you look at it, it all comes down to the matchup, right? So
I think there's a toss up on that bottom bracket for the first pick. I mean, it's fucking. We all suck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna sugarcoat it, right? But
Yeah, we don't have a
think,
chance.
yeah. So I think if we, if you look at it, there's going to be some tight matchups there for that last pick, right? I think if you look at my team, honestly, my wide receiver depth is really good. I'm not trying to, blow smoke, but I think I have a good shot there. I think Joe's team is really good too. I would put it between me and Panda Man. I love the China Man, so I gotta put it between us, and I got to give the big guy a little bit of love. So, I think I could come out with that win out that losers bracket there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't be heartbroken about missing the playoffs and trying to get to the first pick. Honestly, since McCaffrey's getting tossed back in.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's about the toss back. It's not about the rookies because the rookie heat's going to come. I mean, I guess Travis Etienne's coming out of Clemson, and I think he should be an impact player in the NFL. But like Trevor Lawrence is not going to be worth an early pick.
No.
He's not going to leave Clemson if it's the Jets. I honestly think that I've heard that, and like I agree.
Yeah.
I think he can go back to Clemson.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, right, though, if the Jets do a whole kind of they change their whole coaching staff, I think there's a chance that he might come. Joe Douglas is a good GM.
No, dude. Yeah, he's doing a great job, dude.
It's his first fucking year. I mean, you got to stop being a dick.
The only fucking way he goes to the Jets is if they bring Dabo Sweeney. That's what it's going to take.
But do you think?
And Dabo, they're going to have to pay Dabo $15 million a year.
Okay, he's not leaving Clemson.
The Jets is the worst job.
Yeah, there's no way you leave Clemson, man. That is a cherry job.
Yeah, you're not leaving Clemson.
I would rather be the president of the United States than coach the Jets.
Oh, okay.
Mark.
I'll put that on there.
All right, let's get to the week 7 matchup. So we're gonna go rapid fire picks here. The rapid fire doesn't mean rapid fire. All right, so no, not I'm just setting the rules here. So first matchup is a good one: Cream Fraiche versus Big Papi. All right, and while I don't agree with these projections here on the site, I'll be honest with you, I do not like the matchups that are going on across here. I really need because Tyler Boyd's going to score at least 20 points against the Browns. So this is rapid fire. I'm going to take Big Papi in the upset to finally just put me out of my misery. Who you got, Big Papi?
I got to go with the big guy. I'm sorry. And wait, we're both big guys.
What if you guys just 69 each other and suck each other's dicks?
I'll do that any day of the week.
Sounds awesome.
Sign me up. I'm on the next flight. I gotta say, I mean, honestly, again, not to be, to stroke myself because I suck, but I like my team this week. I like my chances. I think there's a lot of good. I think Derek has some bye weeks and some injuries that are going to help me. So I'm going to go with myself.
Oh, he changed it. Who you got, Smitty?
I got Papi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Papi also. I don't know why. It's probably going to be. It feels wrong when I say it, but for whatever reason, I think it's going to be right. You know who's somebody I'm super jealous of? Robbie Anderson.
I know, man.
I was listening to something today, pardon my take, and they were like, just further proof at how inept the Jets are. The Jets are like, Robbie Anderson is a guy that runs deep.
Yep.
And like the Panthers are like, wait a minute, he's a complete wide receiver, and he's actually a top 10 wide receiver in the league, apparently.
And they got him cheap.
Yeah, they got him cheap. He runs every route. He runs deep. He runs short. He runs intermediate. He's like a great wide receiver all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen
him
on my
Danny.
I saw him on my Dirty Jets for many years. So I knew if he had a decent quarterback, he'll be okay.
It's not even that. It's they're scheming him into.
Yeah,
he's good.
No,
he's good.
He's the coach's boy. I heard that today on the radio. I didn't even know that.
Matt Rule, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Rule's a weird looking guy, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just weird in general, but
he looks like a rapist.
He's doing big things. All right, the Brown Eagles versus Seymour Bush. These projections are all jacked up. I'm giving this one to Seymour Bush. Just too much firepower, but I do like Dave's team this week.
Yeah, I gotta agree with the Big Cat. I just think it's too much for Dave to overcome. So I'm gonna go with the same pick. Go ahead, Davey.
Yeah, I'm going with me, man. Kidding me?
All right, smash that subscribe button, the Panda Man. I'm gonna have to go with the Panda on this one. Sorry, Dave, but your team is awful. It's really bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I try to say a lot of nice things, but it's not good.
yeah, I think the Pandas got. I think Kenyon Drake's not going to give you fucking as many points he gave you last week, but I think with Justin Jackson, I think Jarvis is going to have a good week. Mark that. Put him in your league. I think that's a good week this week for Jarvis Landry. So I got to go Panda.
No, I really like this week is Golden Tate.
I bet he scores a touchdown.
I bet he scores a 39-yard touchdown in the second quarter. Bet on that. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going off the reservation here. I'm going to smash that subscribe button. One thing that they don't have, because I don't think Dave's looked at his starting lineup, is he doesn't have Gio Bernard in. Gio's going to start. Mixon's not going to play. Gio does really well when he gets all the work. Cooper Kupp versus LA, he can do work. Christian Kirk's been hot. AJ Green. I mean, he can't start Frank Gore. That's fucking ridiculous. I can't believe the website would make him do that. But for whatever reason, and I think Matt Ryan versus Detroit is in another smash spot. So I'm actually going to go against the grain here, boys. I'm going with smash that subscribe button. I think he's going to take down the Panda.
I love it. Derelict my balls versus Glenn.
Next.
I don't have anything nice to say about Mike's lineup.
Let's do a segment called "Say Something Nice About Derelict My Balls."
Cam Newton is terrible. Dearness Johnson barely plays. Aaron Jones has been pretty good. DeAndre Swift gets some garbage touchdowns. Claypool isn't going to do as good this week.
I feel like Mike has a great team in like 3 years. Swift, hey man, if Swift is the guy in Detroit has been sneaky, actually good running the ball. They just split it between Peterson and Swift. So I like to say this kind of stuff, but there is a path to victory for Derelict. But boy, it's never mind.
Butthole surfers versus Baker's brownies.
Could you see me trying to sell that to myself in my own head? But I just couldn't get there. Yeah, I know. I love him, but
we'll save the hot take segment for the end. All right, I'm gonna go butthole surfers on this one. Mixon not playing like you mentioned. Butthole Surfers lineup is solid top to bottom this week. I like it a lot. So I got Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, and if you look at he hasn't put everybody in yet, so he still has some major point value over the team. So I'm going Butthole as well.
Yeah, I do have to go Butthole Surfers too. I think Joe Burrow is actually going to have a good week. Jacobs has been such a good start. Hopkins will bounce back. Anybody that starts Kelsey's okay in my book. Plus, if he wants to roll the dice on Lev Bell this week, he has the freedom to do that. Not to say that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Tony win. If I have to lean, I'm going to lean towards the guy that's 4-2, Butthole Surfers.
All right, so that brings us to the game of the week. We got the Bearded Clam against Bobby D. I think maybe a little overlooked in these little chats is the Bearded Clams, roster he put together. It's really good. He's got really good defense, and he's switching it out every week. But he's got Galladay, Diggs, Tyler Lockett. Is a great player who can blow up. Ronald Jones looks like one of the steals of the draft. David Johnson is outperforming. James Conner's going to have a good week. Looks like he started Carson Wentz, and that's going okay.
Yeah, he's got a touchdown.
He's got a rushing touchdown and 139 yards. It's still the second quarter. He's on the way to 200, 250, 275, and
Well, how many interceptions and fumbles? That's the only thing.
He's got a pick.
Already? How many more is he gonna get?
I don't know. What am I, a fucking soothsayer?
Yeah, motherfucker.
So that Andrew going against Bobby D, who's obviously got a great lineup. DK Metcalf is a complete stud. But I think I'm going to pick Andrew in this week. Bobby D squeaked by me with about 3 points last week. He's got some injury issues. He started Boston Scott. I think Andrew's going to have a big week. I'm going to take Andrew 201 to Bobby D 169.
Wow. I got to disagree. I'm going to go with Bobby. I think Bobby's got some bigger names on this that can blow off for bigger points, and I think Bobby's going to squeak in and get a win on this one. So I'm going to go Bobby D on this one. I just think he's got some more high value people on his team. So I'll go Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is super close because there's actually rumors of snow in Denver for the Kansas City game, which is not great for Mahomes, but I think, Clyde Edwards-Helaire kind of showed what he could do with a full workload last week. Will he get it with Le'Veon Bell in there? Me thinks yes, but who knows? I'm completely obsessed with Kareem Hunt this week. I'll be playing him in DFS and probably winning again. Derek, how about me over on the Regan thing?
Nice job.
I've won 3 out of 5. Just fucking mopping the floor with you guys over there. I'm obsessed with Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt versus Cincinnati. He's just going to roll. He's going to fucking run over them. There's no way that Stefanski wants Baker to throw the ball at all because Baker's terrible. DK Metcalf is a man amongst the boys. Ridley, CeeDee Lamb,
I actually think CeeDee Lamb's going to have a good week.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, unfortunately, he's saddled by that offensive line and then Andy Dalton. I think the Dalton issue is the offensive line.
Yeah.
Like, you give Andy enough time and he'll do work, but if you got to make plays, he's not that guy.
Yeah.
He never has been. That's why the Steelers always beat the Bengals, because they just pressured the fuck out of him and he shit his pants. But and Washington has a good defensive line, so approach with caution. But the way I see this, Andrew's got some good stuff going on his team though, man. Connor, I love this week. Steph Diggs, I love this week. Galladay, I love this week. Lockett, it's Andrew, man. It's Bearded Clam. I think Bearded Clam's gonna knock him off, dude. And look, I have Andrew as the division winner up there, obviously, but don't fucking sleep on him, dude. He could be up there. It's going to be very interesting to see who's up there in week 11, 12, 13. Right at the end of the regular season. Because if a couple things don't spin Glenn's way or Bobby's way, we could be sitting here talking about Andrew, the Bearded Clam, or Seymour Bush.
Seymour Bush too.
Or even the Butthole Surfers being right up there and into it. And really one of these shit teams, one of us could really insert ourselves into the playoff picture if we go on a run. One of us wins 4 games in a row.
That's what it's all about.
It's going to be crazy. So
like where your head's at, Smitty.
Hey man, optimism's the only way to go. Otherwise I'd be hanging off the rafter over there in my basement.
All right, Big Cat, 6-pack of picks coming at you.
Boom.
All right. I'm not the bookie. I'm the bookie killer. All right. Number 1, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. All right. And here's why. Everyone in Cincinnati has pretty much demanded a trade, behind the scenes, the DN, the linebacker, AJ Green. I still think they play for Burrow, but he's been banged up. And I think this is just a game that the Browns really need. If they lose this game, the avalanche is going to start, and it's going to be the end of the Baker Mayfield era. So I'm going to take Cleveland. Number 2, I'm going to take Detroit. Atlanta finally won a week after I picked them, per usual. I'm going to take Detroit because I just like their team. They're always game, and I think they can run the ball right down Atlanta's throat. So I'm going to take Detroit +2. Another pick, if you were a part of some of the email or text strings last week, Pittsburgh was my mortal lock of the century. They obviously kicked the shit out of the Browns. I'm going to take Pittsburgh again, which I don't really like to do. But I was listening to the radio on the way home today. I guess they're with the left tackle going out. The biggest offensive line, defensive line disparity is the Pittsburgh D line against the Tennessee O line. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh there. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills over against the New York Jets because the Bills defense is just not good. I think the Jets will get some points. I'm not so sure about that 12.5 point line. That's a lot of points for the Buffalo Bills to be covering, but I'm going to take the over in the Bills game. And last but not least, I'm going to take Arizona plus 3.5 versus Seattle. Look, Seattle is really good. They can score a lot of points. They got in my opinion, underrated quarterback. I think Russell Wilson is great. But I just like the chutzpah from Arizona. They didn't really play very well last week, and they kicked the shit out of a terrible Dallas team.
Well, but Dallas is terrible.
Yeah, but the mark of a good team is one who can win when they're not playing their best. And they were playing Dallas, but they didn't play their best, and they still looked okay. So I'm going to take the points, and I'm going to ride a home dog Arizona. So that should be 6.
All right.
It's not. It's 5. I'll come up with one more right now.
I got paid like a motherfucker by Christian Kirk. I was on Christian Kirk props on Monday night.
He did. I seen it.
Dollars.
All right, you guys ready for this?
It's not. Hey, no soccer.
Oh, soccer. We're doing soccer. Or are we doing football?
We're doing football. Whatever your people say football is.
We're gonna go FC Barcelona on the over. All right. So I actually like the Falcons on the money line. So I think the Falcons over Detroit. I think it's a tough game, but I think Atlanta's playing for that new coach. So I'm gonna go Atlanta. I am going to go New Orleans over. I think that's going to be a high scoring game. Just with Teddy B and him playing against his old team. I like that. So the over, I got it at 51.5. So I think that's a good bet there. I will never bet the Jets in my life, so I'm skipping that game. I'm actually going to take the dog shit game of the week, and everybody knows what game that is. That's the Dallas-Washington game.
That is the worst game ever.
It's the worst game ever. But I think Dallas. I'm just going to go money line on Dallas. I think they just got to win, right?
Yeah.
They paid that coach way too much money, so he's got to show something this week.
He stinks.
He's horrible. I mean, but
that's a big cat call. That is a big cat call. He's all about Mike McCarthy being a hot piece of shit, and he's totally.
I like the over.
What the fuck is going on in this game?
I like the over on the Green Bay Houston game. I think that's going to be a shootout. So I like that after a tough week for Aaron Rodgers. So I'm going to go over 57 points on that game. What is that?
That's a good pick. I like that.
Over 57?
Yep.
That's one of the highest NFL totals I've seen in a while.
Oh, we'll talk about it next week. I'm going to be a recurring guest on this bitch.
Are you just fucking inviting yourself to the fucking?
I am.
Right. Keep making bad trades and we'll bring you back on.
Oh, snap.
Oh, sorry. I didn't give up tomorrow.
He didn't. Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, sorry.
No, he did not. All right, keep going with the picks.
Glenn, would you have picked him second or would you have picked fucking whoever that shitbag you picked second?
Shitbag titty fuck of the week. So we'll go, and for my last pick, I like the Big Cats pick. I like Arizona. I think they're exciting. Yeah, I really like Arizona. I'm just gonna go money line on Arizona. I think they're gonna stop Seattle on their undefeated record. So I'm gonna go Arizona on that one.
Money line.
The money line, Poppy.
Wow. I'm gonna do a Danny Vera parlay this week. I'll post it later.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really listening to your picks, but I mean, I think you went all money lines, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
No, I went a couple
overs. Yeah.
Oh, a couple of overs and money lines. Those are exciting. I mean,
yeah, come on.
So real quick before Smitty goes, my last pick's going to be San Francisco. So kind of like everyone forgot Sean McVay was a genius. I feel like San Francisco lost a game or two, and everyone forgets about Shanahan. That was a game I had San Francisco last week. So I'm going to take San Francisco again against New England, who I obviously hate. But I'm not a Cam Newton fan. You know, when I started really hating Cam Newton was when he lost me the Super Bowl when I started him, instead of Josh Allen, who I was too afraid to pick up on the waiver wire. Not that I'm bitter about it or anything.
Hey, I got a question. I got a poll.
It all comes full circle to Josh Allen, doesn't
I
it?
got a poll question here. Kyle Shanahan's fucking flat bill hat. Not a fan. Not a fan of it. I think he's trying to look young.
He can pull it off though.
Nah, he's a piece of shit.
Puppy, he's younger than us, dude. He might be. How old are you?
37.
I think he's 37. I think he's your age. He's like a contemporary of you.
Yeah, I don't fucking wear a flat bill hat.
Well, you're. Never mind.
All right, Smitty, finish this off here with the your 6-pack.
Do you want some fucking winners or do you want some fucking winners? Guess who's picking at nearly 70% so far this year? Right here.
Are you really?
Actually, yeah, dude. I am. I'm up. After the Christian Kirk debacle, I'm up like 10 units on the season or something like absurd like that. Anyway, my picks are all consolidated around 3 games. Game number 1, Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I think that the Browns are a team that does well against bad teams and bad against good teams, right? Bengals, bad team. Browns -3. Go ahead and take it. I think you can lay those points. I think the Browns are going to go ahead and win. They're going to grind them into the ground. I think, again, this is all extrapolated out of my Kareem Hunt love for this week. My other bet on this game is the over of 50. I have no respect for the Browns defense, obviously, but the Bengals defense is equally dog shit. 50 points seems a little bit low for 2 really bad defenses. I actually think Joe Burrow is actually good. And the wide receiver options in Cincinnati are like really good. You know, Boyd, T. Higgins, the corpse of AJ Green, like there's some pretty good guys are rolling out there. So I think this is an over 50. Next up, Green Bay Packers. I'm back on the Green Bay Packers. I got my dick handed to me.
He loves the Packers.
I've been making money on the Packers, and Seahawks have been getting paid on this year. So I got the Packers this week. You know, I think that game against the Texans, the Packers obviously are going to have some salt in their vaginas after last week's ass kicking at the hands of Tampa Bay. Aaron Rodgers. Yikes. You got the old who's that guy that threw all the pick sixes that we made the rule? Matt Schaub? Was it Matt Schaub, the Matt Schaub rule?
Wasn't it? Was named after someone, but I forgot.
It was named after somebody where we basically decided that a pick six should be -2 for the interception and then another -2 for the touchdown. Anyway, I think it was Matt Schaub. I think it was definitely Matt Schaub. But anyway, A-Rod bounces back 3.5 points. Go ahead and lay them. I like the Packers to go ahead and roll over. And honestly, it's not going to be on the arm of Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be the other Aaron Jones, that pushes the Packers over the finish line here. And are you ready for 3 bets for 1 game? And guess who it is?
The Steelers.
Steelers +1.5. Take it. The Steelers +105. Go on. And then the over 50.5. Go ahead, take that too. I think there's going to be points. I think the Steelers are going to win. As long as you're getting plus money and plus points on the Steelers, go ahead and take them. I think the Steelers are actually going to win this game. I think it's going to be close. Oh God, he missed that field goal. Fucking guy missed a 29-yard field goal.
It's a shit.
Jesus Christ. This fucking over looks bad.
Who picked the over?
Craig. Fucking 0-8 Craig. But anyway, yeah, Pittsburgh over. I like the Pittsburgh Tennessee over. I think it's going to be, I think there's going to be some points on the board. You know, and like, even if Pittsburgh stops Derrick Henry, which I think they can a little bit, but he'll get his, like, he's not going to have a terrible game, but like Tannehill's good.
I mean, Tannehill's a top quarterback in this league.
Dude,
right
like,
now.
again,
Right
more
now.
hate against Adam Gase, right? But like Tannehill was trash with Adam Gase. And then all of a sudden he goes over to Mike Vrabel, a former linebacker, and he's a fucking top 3 quarterback.
Tannehill is the case study for why Gase is just so absolutely
Dude,
horrible.
did you see that graphic they showed in the game where it was like Adam Gase, like the last 5 years, he's never had an offense that was better than 26th in the league, I think.
He's a
Yeah,
great
and everyone
offensive mind. I don't
everyone
care.
thinks he's a great offensive mind when he was the coordinator for fucking Peyton Manning. It's like, how can an idiot like me figure this stuff out, but the whole NFL can?
He wasn't Peyton Manning was the offensive coordinator. Adam Gase was
Exactly.
I think he was the
guy.
quarterback. Was he the quarterback coach?
No, he was
He
the
was.
OC.
He was the OC. Okay.
Maybe. I don't
Maybe
know.
he started the quarterback coach for
But
Peyton.
anyway, I actually
That
agree
probably happened.
I actually agree with Danny, who mentioned last week that the Jets are going to make Adam Gase coach out the season just to punish him. I think you're
punishment.
right.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. What's the
Yeah.
difference at this point? What's the difference? The
Mhm.
Jets are going to move on from Trevor Lawrence. They're going to move on from Darnold, which I think is not that great, but he needs a new.
I'm gonna give you a stat here. Darnold should go to the fucking Colts, and he'll be a great quarterback.
Yeah,
Mark my words.
That's a good
for
point.
sure. Yeah. Colts are going to trade for who's going to trade for Fitzmagic? The Colts.
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad call.
Yeah,
Big,
Dallas should definitely do that. I mean, honestly, not to be offensive, but like any team in the AFC or the NFC East,
Yeah.
with the exception of, I guess, Philly, right?
I mean, this Wentz thing is horrible.
Wentz has had a good half, though. Tonight he's had a good half.
Okay. A half.
No,
You better-
Wentz is better than Fitzmagic. Well, you can't, like, because if you pull in Fitzmagic, you're done with Wentz. Like, the plug is
Oh,
pulled,
yeah, no, I
send
agree.
them off
No,
the
I think-
reservation. So you can't do that because he has more
I think
future
Dallas
value.
is the only team that would
Washington.
go after. Washington is not good enough. I mean,
No,
should-
Washington, they're in active tank mode. They're tanking.
Yeah.
But Dallas should do it. They should. Anyway, fuck my life. Fucking Glenn.
All right. Well, that'll wrap it up with that beautiful segue to the close. Fuck everything.
I sure can use words purdy, can I?
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Big Poppy, thank you for coming on. We
I would like
appreciate
to
it.
thank everybody. I'll be a recurring guest.
And good luck to everyone except Glenn and Big Poppy this week.
And whoever I'm playing. Matt.
Yeah, Matt, you deserve a loss at this point. Seriously.
By the way, that kid, where'd you guys find him in a fucking Playboy? Fucking.
Play girl.
He's
play girl.
strikingly handsome, isn't he?
I know.
He's a handsome devil. Oh, speaking of Matt, there's a rough and rowdy tomorrow, I think.
Oh, really?
I did see that.
Yeah.
All right, another nice man crush shout out to to Seymour Bush. So, all right, fellas, we'll wrap it up there, and we will see you next week.
Holler.
Take care, guys.
Holler.